Ladies and gentlemen of the SRG universe, the following program is scheduled for one fall. This is Talk of the Universe.
Oh, hey, man, and
Oh, hey, man.
Schmidt,
Hi.
you got the wrong head on.
Oh, I got the wrong head on?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we
okay,
go.
sorry, there we go. Oh,
Hello,
it's normal.
folks, and
Hello.
welcome to this week's episode of Talk of the Universe. I am one of your hosts, Chibi. Joining me at the desk is Mr. Brian Wait for It Schmidt.
Hello.
And on the big screen over here is one Jeremy Steigerwald. How are you doing today?
Making my entrance down the aisle.
Oh, boy.
It's me.
Why did you...
Hey.
I've made it to ringside. And now to the Talk of the Universe desk.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
there
here.
we go.
He made it, finally. After,
Had to make an entrance.
Yeah, but you
O-
sat...
Only the
you,
job
you,
guys start in the ring.
You
The
sat...
stars
Dude.
come down to the aisle making an entrance.
How was catering, by the
Okay,
way?
okay.
Was it good?
Oh, my exclusive catering in my dressing room was
Yes.
fantastic.
Okay, just want to make sure. Everything's up to your expectations there, 2024 player of the year.
Well, no, but it's good. So I'm a generous, munificent individual.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, folks, we've got a very fun show for you tonight. We
do?
have, well,
Yeah.
yes, because we're going to talk about something a little later that everyone is interested in. That's right, virtual
Me.
grand gathering.
Yes, virtual grand gathering. I believe we will have the official schedule for you guys tonight. It's exciting.
But before we
But-
get to that, we
Big
have
but.
lots of stuff to go over. And let's go ahead and start the show off like we always do with the 3 Ps, your post, your promo, and your photo of the week.
The photo of the week. We're going to start off with the photo of the week coming from ACCW Locals.
Oh.
I know, right?
Heard of
Jeremy,
it.
how do you like that? You know, ACCW Locals as
I thought we were going to have very low attendance based on who said they weren't going to be able to come, and then we ended up having a 20-player tournament without everybody playing.
Well, this is
So shows what I know.
right? All right, so this features the ACCW Llama Legacy title, and they're your two your
No,
champion.
that is not the match for the Llama Legacy Championship.
Oh,
That is, however, a match we will talk about later, and that was the Llama Legacy champion at the time, Noah Velasco. This is a top 4 matchup
oh,
in the tournament. Noah Velasco taking on Paul Morrell. They both killed it all tournament long. And this was the match that I took a picture of because it was like what the locker room cell. Like everybody was over there watching that match.
wow.
Noah is very enthusiastic, and thus will definitely draw attention from our local players who like watching him compete and are usually cheering for his opponent, even though we all love the guy.
Well,
It's pretty fun.
I can't wait to hear a little more about that when we get into locals reports.
Yep,
But okay, so Schmidt, what do we have for, I guess, our
we're gonna go post of the week next.
post of the week? Okay.
Yeah, post of the week comes from Mr. Ron Rumble.
All good things must come to an end. A run which began on Sunday Night Fights last summer, which earned me multiple title opportunities and a great Gen Con, propelled me to become an LFF double champion, Deep South tag champion, and becoming a multiple LFF SRG award winning, including Rookie of the Year.
Mhm.
As with all things in life, you do have to come down from the mountaintops. Congratulations to Chris Pagillo for becoming the new LFF Old School champion. Great match, and as always, a great coach and guy.
Wow.
To date, I am the first and only Old School champion to have successfully successful defenses. I'm pretty proud of that. Even more so, to do it all with a competitor, which is a homage to me and my deceased twin brother's favorite old school wrestler, is something I will always cherish. And thanks to the same guy who just beat me for giving me a path to the trios title in the first place. Thanks to all of the other GMs who gave me a chance on all levels. Thanks to Big Picture Premium for bringing me on their programming. I could go on and on, but lastly, I'll say this. Thanks to everyone in the community who believed in me. And for those who don't, thanks for giving me fuel to be even better. Hashtag Rumble era was great, but just hashtag get ready for the sequel. P.S. I have to say that being played true champion with my youngest daughter's competitor was special as well.
Aw,
Ron Rumble, what an amazing post.
great post.
Congratulations for being such a long-standing champion. And we'll talk about that title match a little later on Sunday Night Fights.
Yes. All right, let me get the promo of the week up, ready to go.
All right, promo of the week.
I'm trying to get it correctly sized. So give me a moment,
Okay, good.
please.
We don't want it incorrectly sized. Incorrectly sized promos don't look as good.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
I'm just making sure we feature everybody. Yes,
Yeah,
congrats.
It's a little problem or a big problem, just
It could be
depending.
both. A little and big problem.
Then you've incorrectly sized it twice.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's see if this works. All right. There we go. Promo. What's wrong with little promos? I don't know, Ant. You tell me.
That was rude.
Promo of the week.
So, we're waiting.
Are we almost there yet?
From the society.
Yeah, man, how much further, dude? I don't know. Somebody left a map back at the hang glider. Oh, hold that thought. GM Cannoli
There he is,
is the
downtown
coolest
Alabama.
cat since the one from the scrap yard. Oh, really? Old school, you say? Whew, I love some old school. Huh? Me? All right. Sounds good. We'll be there as soon as we can. Oh, for virtual grand gathering? Yes, sir. That's me all day long, baby. Yeah. All right. Peace. Ooh, boys, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Is that a cell phone? You mean to tell me you've had a phone this whole time? Yeah, that's my emergency phone, baby. For emergencies, just like that one right there. What do you mean it's for emergencies? What do you think this is? It's GM Cannoli, though. Looks like he might have a title match. And we've been starving out here for days. Kind man has eaten half a sake. Hi. Alright, that's it. We're going to settle this dispute when we get home. Alright. Call the rescue team. Let's meet back at the road and get them to pick us up. Where did you get that? This?
Oh
What?
my gosh.
What the? Well, Jeremy, what the hell?
I mean, it looked like that was filmed in the downtown area of South Georgia, but definitely filmed using people that weren't from there because nobody down there is dressed that nice. Nonetheless, great.
He's
work
not lying there.
From,
I hope that they were able to be found, especially because cell signal there, you have to understand, is really, really poor.
Well, it's cell signal and internet signal and, water.
I don't go visit that part of the state. But that was pretty great work
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
from all of those individuals.
Yes.
Every one of them.
Yes.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, that was your 3 Ps. Because Boss is not here, I'm not going to say a little C because that's my prerogative on this. Thank you for everyone that put forward content because it allows us to do this segment.
Appreciate it, guys.
All
We
right.
really do.
Yes, we do. All right, folks, going into week in review, and we are going to start with. There was no match on Wednesday night last week.
There was no match, no.
So we're going to Thursday night. Why? Because Thursday night is the best night for Super Show action. This last Thursday night was Chibi's Thursday Night Fights number 190.
Wow. 190.
190. We had Beast Unchained into a submission match, folks. And our top 4 is as follows. In 4th place, we had Colby Cram as Bronsberg. In 3rd place, we had Ricky Riots as the Grand Pack Theo the Greek Neo. In 2nd place, Stephen Moonstar as Copycat version 1. And in 1st place, as the Witch Hunter General, Ronnie Roms.
Nice.
And my goodness, Witch Hunter General in a submission match, if you've never had to go up against
God.
it's one of the most disgusting things in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what was even more disgusting was the entrance of Stand for My National Anthem. Single-handedly got him all the way into the finals. Well, I mean, I guess rolling a bunch of grapples also helped there.
Obviously, yeah.
So
right.
next week's 191. Chibi's going to have to start putting tally marks on a different room in the house. The bathroom's full.
Right?
Oh, I still got room up there.
Do you?
Just got to move the cobwebs. All right. That leads us into last Saturday, which was UCW presents American Hardcore.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This was to decide the next 4 contenders for the UCW American Hardcore title. And if you've seen the mock-ups for that title, they are very, very interesting.
They're very nice. I've seen the mock-up. It's very nice.
All right. So in 4th place, as the Tartan Terror, is the Tartan Terror. In 3rd place, Meeple's Champion.
Oh, boy.
Piloted by the Meeple. In 2nd place, DJ Outlaw, piloted by the Flame Fighter. And in 1st place, the original RJ Bombshell, piloted by everybody Eto.
Wait, he actually still plays?
Yes, and this is going to be a very interesting situation as the next number 1 contender is everybody Edo, and the GM is Mikey Nichols. There's going to be some painful stipulations probably for Edo.
May I
if
say
he becomes the champion, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's going to be cool.
May I say something real quick?
Of course you
No,
can.
thank you. I, the wise man to the 2025 World Heavyweight Champion, TBG.
Oh my God.
TBG was booked for the UCW Heavyweight Championship match this past Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The general manager of UCW, the foreman, did not, I repeat, did not schedule this match after we agreed upon said date. Therefore, I am invoking our contract where I get to decide the stipulation for the UCW Heavyweight Championship that TBG will be taking off the hands of who is their champion again? Yeah, irrelevant. But TBG, you're soon to be UCW Heavyweight Champion. Foreman, if you have an issue with it, you know how to contact. Oh, and the trios division, yeah, your champion's going to get screwed. Just telling you right now.
Yeah, so I was correct. You couldn't say that real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Continue.
And thank you, Rambo, for reminding me about this. So
Yep, that was
this
on Friday.
happened on Friday, not on any of our channels, but thanks to the good people, we had the Captain Con Tag Finals finally happen. How long ago was Captain Con?
February?
I don't know. I think me and Jeff Fox should have just won it by default.
Okay.
No.
But we had Steve Ress and Father Light versus
Animal Kingdom.
the Animal Kingdom, Ian Chambers and the Le Penguin.
Wait, Penguin?
Wasn't it Penguin?
Yeah, it's Penguin.
Yes.
But yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this was a entertaining match. I don't know what to say.
I didn't watch it, so I was.
I came in right at the end.
Okay.
So I will recommend that later on in the show we get more from one of the participants who will be on the show, because it's always entertaining to hear him talk about that kind of stuff.
When it
So
gets
we'll
there,
talk
yeah.
about that match more later in the show.
But your winners, and apparently getting a title shot eventually, is Father Light and SRG Boss.
Wow.
You know, I think next Captain Con they should get a shot at the Captain Con Tag Team Championship against the Good Hair Express.
The Good Air Express.
The Good Hair Express.
Okay, Good Hair Express. Okay.
Yes, Good Hair Express.
Okay.
Anyway, congratulations to them. I'm undefeated through the tournament, so
Mhm.
impressive run.
All right, that leads us into Monday night
No,
fights.
we had Sunday night
Oh,
fights.
Oh, yes, Sunday night fights. Go ahead.
Sunday night fights. We had 3 matches on the card. The World Heavyweight title was rescheduled to this Sunday, so please be prepared for that. 3 matches on the book. First off, we had Ricky Riot take on General Lee Wong in the semifinals of the Cookie's Fortune and the tables match, and Pop and Twist against Big Bad Bobby D. And Big Bad Bobby D got the best of the Mr. Pop and Twist. Your winner and advancing to the finals to take on Zach Ashley is Chris Pate. The finals will be TBA Commissioner versus Big Bad Bobby D. And in the Underworld, it's the Chrononaut taking on Numero Uno. The second match tonight was the LFF Tornado title match as Robert the Brain Dunn took on the highest champion in the land, your Intergalactic champion, Zach Ashley. This went really quick. This was a Zach playing a Barry competitor, and we all know how deadly Zach can be with the Barry competitor, as said by the crew on Sunday Night Fights. But your winner is still LFF Tornado champion, Robert the Brain Dunn. Congratulations, Bob, on another successful defense. That's his second defense after the triad.
Oh.
Well-deserved win. And the third match and the final match tonight was the Old School Championship. As your champion, Ron Rumble as Scrapyard Cat, with many, many violations from your faction mate there, Jeremy. The GM.
My faction mate?
Yeah, GM Cannoli.
Well, my faction mate's the GM. He can't violate. He can't cause the violation, so it must have been Mr. Rumble that violated the rules.
Yep.
But he was violated. He was punished.
He was violent. Oh my! No! Whoa! I don't think that's what happened. But continue.
Anyway, great match between two friends, coach versus student. This was a phenomenal match. If you want to go back and watch Pure Super Show at its best, go check us out. It's on Twitch. It's on YouTube right now. Your winner and new LFF Old School Champion with Chainsaw Jimmy. My bestie, the Italian Bombata, a.k.a. the Moscow Lion.
Great, great to see that. Always a good thing when Chris Pagillo is a champion in LFF, I think.
Correct.
And that might be momentum on your behalf, being as he is your tag team partner.
He got revenge. Yes, he did.
There you go. So congratulations there.
Yeah. Bombata 2 belts. That's right. It's soon going to be Bombata 3 belts, baby. That's right.
3 belts, really?
3 belts. Yeah, we're going for tag gold.
All
baby.
right, let's.
All right.
Now Monday
Night Fights hosted by the Brian Wait for It Schmidt.
Yep.
We had round robin with no actual top cut, correct?
Correct. It's just top 3.
So our top 3 after the round robin. In third place, as Mayhem Titan, as In second place, as Big Match Pete, Brian Wait for it Schmidt.
Oh, me? Oh, hi.
And in first place, as the
Grand Pack Theo.
or Grand Pack Theo, the Greek Neo, Ricky Riot.
Folks, I'm going to say this right now. Ricky Riot's on a tear on Monday nights. I miss my my TVA guys coming to play on Monday nights. Where have you gone? Where do you go? Come hang out and play. But congratulations, Chris, on winning another consecutive Monday night fights. Great job.
You need to put a stop to that.
That moves us to Dojo.
Oh, Dojo. So this Dojo we had the Protectors of Light joining us to protect the house. Next week will be Trey and Drew from the Constellation, the TVA. They're going to do Stack Card, which is live on Big Picture Premium before Dojo, and come right on to us. We had a great night.
Phrasing.
What? Did I make a phrasing joke?
Continue.
Great night. Cards to go on sale are as follows. Destiny's Call from the Grand Pack. Bob and Weave, the Grand Pack. The Consigliere. And the final card was... I didn't write it down on my piece of paper. I have it where I sent it. Final card was Gara no Shanghai. The Dread Pirate sub-finish. Gara no Shanghai.
Okay.
Yeah, and Real Beaters will be on next week. Very excited. PG. No, it won't be. I may take off the reins and let Drew and Trey have a little fun. Let's have some fun on Tuesday.
Okay.
Only one. Okay, fair.
Alrighty, that leads us into our locals report.
Oh, locals? Who did
Yes.
that? Who does that?
Me.
Oh, you did? Did you send
Yes.
it to me?
I did.
All right, stand by, please. Farley, do you have it?
Does Farley have it?
No,
I mean,
I'm asking
Farley
you.
hasn't moved from his spot, so obviously it should already be in the projector.
Oh, yeah, it is. All right, stand by.
All right.
LFF Universe. This is Practice Site Jeremy Steigerwald with your locals report for the week of April the 30th, 2025. We've got two locals, but they're big ones. So let's get things going, and we're going to start in Rip and Ship Arena, Long Island, New York, where we had an invasion, full-scale invasion, spaceships from the sky. The WWX came out, I don't know, they're probably not from Spaceships from the Skies, but the WWX crew invading Rip and Ship, contending for the top spot. So big turnout there as members of Team WX competing in the tournament, but I have a top four and I don't see any of them there, so the invasion was repelled. Our top four as finals: in fourth place, Google, Docs, Dan, as Chamomile T. Third place, Matt Haas using original Fox Assassin. In second place, the SRG BOSS as Sergeant Yoga and going undefeated on the night. In first place, John Press 1P as the Mercenator. So congratulations to John dusting off the Mercenator, one of the OG characters, and still getting it done undefeated. You know, older characters still work. Great night at Rip and Ship in Long Island, New York. All right, we have now ACCW. Level Up Games in Duluth, Georgia. And for April, it was an April Fool's themed card on the wrong side of the month of April, but hey, what do you want? And we had the format of Spin the Wheel. What the hell? As we had a wheel full of stips that were unofficial community created stips or official stips that were originally community created stips. So a lot of fun there. That was the top cut, and I have for you a top 8 on this piece of paper right here. So 5 through 8 in no particular order. We had Adrian English using Brian Cage version 1. We had Chad Valentine using Sergeant Yoga, and I'm going to shout out Chad because he demoed the game a half hour before the tournament and came in and went 3-1 in pods with the demo deck. So congratulations to Chad. That's a flying start. We had the Possum Kang visiting from the TVA, and the Possum Kang was in the house using El Scorpio, and also Trey Cantrell, who comes to ACCW locals enough. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's in both promotions, to be honest with you. And he was using Old School Cyclone. So that's your 5 through 8. Third and fourth, in again no particular order, we had Joel Williams using version 1 Rainbow Girl, and we had Noah Velasco using version 3 10th anniversary set Snake Pit in third and fourth. Second place, undefeated on the entire event until the finals, was the Kingpin David Shrewsbury, and he had a heck of a day. But in the finals, he fell to the other person who also had a heck of a day, the chiropractor Paul Morrell, taking down the entire event with Papa Wheelie version 1. That's why we take notes at local, kids. So congratulations to the chiropractor and to the Kingpin. Paul Morrell taking the tournament, but that was not all. We did not book championship matches ahead of time because the GM's been really busy with work. So all champions had to show up ready to go against anybody, and we decided who their contenders were on the spot, and any contender that wanted a shot at the championship had to have a deck and show up ready. And so we decided we're going to find out who wanted shots at what title, and we narrowed it down to a triad qualifier for every championship that was there. The one exception, the tag team championships, as the two people that were there and said, we want the shot at the tag team championships, were ACCW Dark, John Hodges and Chip Allen. So they grabbed the Bullet Club team of Jay White and Ace Austin to take on Agus and Augury. 7 months, 4 successful title defenses, Joel Williams and Matthias using Annika and Helen, and it has come to an end. A banger match. All 4 people buried their hand, had no hand to stop for each other, but in the end of it all, emerging from the debris was ACCW Dark. They are the new ACCW Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to John and Chip. Congratulations to Joel and Matthias for a heck of a reign. We also had the ACCW Llama Legacy Championship triad contender match. The Kingpin David Shrewsbury emerging victorious against Andrew Fosis and Rocco Valentine. He went in using also Rising Sun version 1, taking on Noah Velasco with version 2 Terraskull. Noah's had 2 successful defenses, so he had a really good reign too. But it is now the era of the Kingpin. He found out that Daredevil's got another season on there, so he stepped it up, and he is now the Llama Legacy champion with Rising Sun. Congratulations to him. The Tornado Championship, also hotly contended, the Triad qualifier. The chiropractor Paul Morrell defeating Adrian English and Slade Holiday, getting himself the title shot with Sweet Innuendos, taking on Lauren Schwanet. She was looking for her second successful defense with Revolution, but she didn't revolve far enough. Your winner and the new Tornado champion is the chiropractor using Sweet Innuendos. So they both made the finals of the tournament and walked out with a championship. The Hardcore Championship, the Triad qualifier there, Nathan Wood getting the upset victory over Trey Cantrell and Ron Frazier, taking the Dweeb into a match against Hold the Line Harry, Jonathan Thu, using Backpack Man. And we spun the same wheel that we had Stips for the top cut of the tournament, and it came up Beast Unchained, which essentially gave the champion no gimmick in the title match, but For the fourth time, Jonathan Thu defends the Hardcore Championship. So congratulations to him. At least somebody can walk out with their championship. Of course, the ACW champion is Chris Breimer. He was not able to make it that day, so he avoided the bloodshed. Good call, Chris. Some of the stipulations we had on the wheel, we had the coal miners glove match, we had the Atlanta street fight, we had the pig pen match. Sketchy Backyard Ring was on the wheel. It did not get spun, so everybody dodged a bullet there because there was going to be double eliminations. If the finals had been a Sketchy Backyard Ring, I would have made the third and fourth place people play Backyard Sketchy Ring 2. And then if the finals ends up being a double loss and we get a double loss in 3 and 4, then one of them would have won it. So fortunately, they all avoided that nonsense. It's April Fool's. This is the sort of thing that can happen. So that was ACCW. This has been your Locals Report. And now let's go back to Talk of the Universe.
And thank you, Jeremy, for that wonderful Locals Report once again.
Thank you again, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
I'm welcome.
Yes, you're very welcome.
You're very welcome.
All right, folks. That was our...
Whoa! Hello there. Cannoli resubbing for 69 months.
That was 69.
My general right there, the original ring general.
And joining us right now is the SRG BOSS Steve Resk himself. How are you doing today, Steve?
I'm doing wonderful. I've been coerced into this match by the Constellation. They want me after a full day's work. They're trying to wear me down here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Did they make a bunch of orders today so that you had to pack them?
No, I wish they.
And they're
did.
not committed.
That would've been good.
Definitely not committed to that. But
Nope.
Steve, since you just got here, we want to hear a little bit more about what happened Friday night in the tag team match between you and Father Light versus the Animal Kingdom.
Well, if you watch that match, I was running about 102 fever throughout the whole match. So a lot of it was a blur. I feel like Father Light, uses his light and his powers to kind of guide me through that whole matchup. And from what I remember, it was an absolute slugfest. I thought that my prayers had been answered and this match was going to end really, really quickly. There was a definitive moment that I recall. My gimmick was on as the SRG BOSS. My opponents both rolled a 6. My tag team partner rolled a 5. He had just fired one across the bow. I had my finished strike in hand, and I rolled a 5 to a 6, causing a quadruple bump. I thought it was Golden Gun locked and loaded time, and it was not. Eventually, I get clipped with a super sidekick, and this matchup would go on to 3 crowd meter.
Wow.
And I was very, very fortunate because I did not roll a pair of 7s until crowd meter 2. In which case I said, we're not going to gamble. We're going to give up the hand, and hopefully I'll hit a house always wins, which I did. Gave me a little bit of extra life. And this match delivered, folks. A lot of trash talking going into there. A lot of fun jabs thrown at between the both teams. Most jabs came from myself and the LEO. But this match was absolutely fantastic. I got to tell you, I did not feel we were in the power seat at any point or vice versa. I felt that it was anyone's game, right down to the very, very end of that matchup. Once you get really down to the nitty gritty of those tag team matchups, it's save or be slain or gamble. And, we were both risking it for our tag team partners one after another. And at the end of the day, it was a savage backclaw, which was pretty poetic for me. A finishing move that I had made out of playfulness with my children, and it was Victoria Joe's birthday, so I got the big win on Victoria Joe's birthday with the Savage Backclaw. But I have to say, one of the better tag team matches I've ever been a part of. LEO and myself, no tag team cards whatsoever.
Wow.
I got my deck right here.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Me and Matty Barone went into a matchup just like that. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say my character and his character are not good at tag team. But Father Light almost not even a factor in that matchup. I think he rolled agility one time, possibly two times on a gimmick trigger the whole match.
Yeah.
His gimmick might have actually been live on the closing moments of the game when the game was already over. I think there was only one agility trigger.
Yeah.
So, very right down the middle match. I think a huge pivotal point was there was a super sidekick. We would have double teamed on power. We did not. However, it was enough for me to win the turn roll and get out of that super sidekick stronghold and get us back up in the match. But yeah, fantastic game. Two great competitors in the Cheetah, Ian Chambers, and La Penguin. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. Definitely a contender for a tag team of the era. But myself and the light, we had a plan going in there. Play aggressive and throw finishing moves as fast as possible and stop whatever you can, and it paid off as we went undefeated throughout that event that was hosted by the Candyman.
Wow.
But it was a fantastic match. As I said, I was not in the greatest shape for the whole match. I was very, very happy he didn't go to a 3-game set. That would have been pretty tough for me. You got me on the screen, man. You're right here. Showing it
Yeah,
off.
you're
I
right
didn't
there,
know.
brother. Yeah.
Why would he not try to sabotage you?
I'm
Showing
not
off
trying
the
to
play
sabotage
area
him.
right
Oh
in
no,
the
we're
Don't
gonna
play
find out
areas.
what
one of the
competitor he's
most
running
important
in Faction
matches
Wars.
of Faction Wars.
Get it,
Wow,
Chat.
it's
What if
like-
I get fidgety? I didn't know I'm on screen, man. Okay. All
All
right,
right.
we're looking forward, folks.
Yes, and we're looking
because
forward real quick. Tomorrow night, we have Chibi's Thursday Night Fights 191. Announced top 4 is Psycho Circus. Not announced finals will be a Liger's Den because I just announced it.
Oh,
nice.
so you get to know for the first time in 191 Chibi's events, you get to know what the finals is.
But only if you watch Talk of the Universe.
That's right, folks.
So 3 things are known for this event. What? We have a top 4 match of Psycho Circus, finals of Liger's Den, and Chris Pate will be playing Theo, the Greek Neo Grand Pack version. So those are
Correct.
I
3
mean that
definitive things that are going down this weekend.
what is it? Death, taxes, and
And
Theo, the
Chris
Greek
Pate,
Neo.
baby.
Right.
All right. So other things that
Hold up,
we're gonna
real
have a
quick. Thank you
wheel
very
spin
much
today.
to Pat Mulligan. Thank you very much for waking up and subbing for Tier 1 for
thank you, Mr.
66
Pat
months. Thank you
Mulligan.
very much.
66. What a rookie.
All right.
All right. So we are gonna have a couple announcements here. We've got a couple very large deliveries. Let me go back on the screen here. I've shown some stuff off for you.
Yeah.
Let's put some here.
Let's see.
Do you have me?
Let's see some spoilers, Bruce.
Just gotta
Yeah,
make
you're good.
sure. So in the curse that just does not seem to get broken ever
Curse.
is Super Show, the board game. I do have 3 sets of it,
Oh,
which was supposed to be 100 sets. So we're getting to the bottom of where the other 97 are in transition to us.
okay.
So you can expect these shortly to be available, and everybody will get the cards that they were featured on. We do have some prototype stuff here that doesn't have the full arts, but it does have the full effects of a lot of the cards here. We got to play it at locals, lots of games. People have never played before, people who have played before. It was a blast. I cannot tell you how happy I am with the turnout. This is not a chess match. This is very, very simple. Roll your dice, move around the board, play one of the 2 cards in your hand. It's just very fun and just nonsensical. Very little strategy. It's super light. Get to play in between rounds. I'm so happy at how this came out.
Nice.
John Bon Masick says whenever he wants to win, he'll play the Bovada. He thinks the Bovada is really good in the game. And it went perfectly. I mean, we played tag team, we played fatal 4-way, we played triple threat, we played single matches, we played 1-versus-1 tag team. And just the fact that we got so many of those types of matches in between the regular rounds.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. So I'm excited that I have something here that we can use. And I hope I get the other 97 very, very soon. We also have gotten in a wave of new characters, new
Ooh.
promo cards, new prize cards, a lot
Oh.
of different things. They are not all going to be released at once because there are plenty of things. So we're going to work on a schedule, what's going to come out for Grand Gathering, what's going to come out for Origins. We have selected
Okay.
3 sign-up promos for the month of May.
Okay.
As I mentioned, that these are things that you'll get with the online events. The LEO, aka the Light, my tag team partner, has gotten the instructions to have a drop down menu. Hopefully everything goes out without a hitch, where you'll be able to take random promo or one of the 3 sign up promos.
Okay.
These are going to be, it's called Double Cross, Smash into the Turnbuckle, and Double Knee Buster, I believe.
Do you have art of that? Do you have pictures of it or no?
Sure, I can do that for you.
Yeah, just show them. Just you can put them on your screen, unless you have to share your screen.
Those are the first 3 cards of the lines that count as 2 cards in play.
Oh, okay.
So those get used to, and then you could expect the next month to get the next ones and so on and so forth. I sent these over to you. Then we're going to have full art cards that are 1 of 70. These will be prize cards in addition to the prizing. These are borderless full art cards. The first 3 that are coming out are Legendary Acknowledgement, High Impact Knee Chop, and Blindside Bombing, with a more accurately sized Johnny and Korea and my opponent tonight, Mr. Drew Madsen. So when you win first, second, or third place, you could choose one of those 3 cards that you would like, and those will be included with the rest of your prizing that we normally do. All right, so as selected by the fans here, folks, we listen to you. We're trying this out for a few months. New cards for sign-up promos, alt art cards for prize cards. These are printed 1 of 70. We'll release them each gradually. Level Up Gaming Expo, put in a very sizable order. They have a ton of stuff. I got way overzealous. I put way too much stuff in their mystery packs, grand packs, and payment packs. Okay. A lot of these new releases are in there. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. There are 2 cards that are most likely being changed in some capacity that were released that were not released. One of them is for 64-bit Casey, and the other one is for a version of the Refinery. But they are in there. Just be aware if you pull them. There's probably going to be some form of barring the Shining Cheetah from the Refinery, and then there's going to be a more tame version of the Grapple Finish, which was edited prior, but it was already printed with the Reveal 3.
So that's I'm showing the Double Knee Buster on screen right now.
So Double Knee Buster,
Stop any lead strike. This counts as 2 lead
Turnbuckle Slams, and Double Cross. Yeah. So what is this going to do here? This is going to give a lot of characters some new life. I think your characters like Evilise, it's going to count as having 2 of these in play. Cards like Headbutt are going to draw a lot quicker. On the contrary, you might be able to get hit with Barreled It Up easier and things like that. So I think it's going to be a really fun balancing card. You might see characters like Big Daddy Boater getting a little bit of action. So there's going to be some really cool combos with these as they come out. One of the things that have come up,
kill you with a strike finish. That would be great.
He could definitely do that. One of these things that's come up is this considered having 2 cards in play? And I believe that the ruling that we have come up with in the rules chat is they do count as having 2 cards instead of it saying like 2 lead strikes, right? Because some effects say if you have 10 cards in play, do this, so. And then as you also could show off, those 1 of 70 full art cards as prizes. And as they come off, we'll put some of the more desirable cards like FTL will be coming out as prizes, Vile Driver. There's a lot of awesome things.
Gotcha.
I got some ones featuring Schmidt's kids. Also, Schmidt, you have a wheel prepared for me, I believe.
I do have a wheel prepared for you. Please stand by. I will grab the wheel for you.
Kickstarter, fully funded. Greatly appreciate that. That's something that makes feel a ton better. One of these people selected from the wheel will be on the new art card of the Champion Kickstarter designed by Kieran Squire. On that note, some messages went out to backers. If you are backing to be illustrated into the comic book, I have not reached out to you yet, but if you want to, if you just know which character you want, in the book, feel free to PM me and I'll mark it down. Just tell me which character you want illustrated in the book. I worked with Kieran earlier this morning. All the panels are featured are relatively the same. I know earlier we had them distributed way out through the story, so you could just let me know and we'll map everybody out pretty nicely. If you have commissioned a finish card or a spotlight, please right away do that content create form that you have been messaged. So content create form automatically if you did a spotlight or if you added a finish card in any capacity. In fact, I had mentioned a couple times that you could have done it instantly. You did not have to wait. But now that Kickstarter is done, please, if you are in the spotlight backers, one, I greatly appreciate you. That helped the project a ton. But I cannot keep this project waiting forever. I have put a May 14th deadline of getting your spotlight idea in. That's not saying you won't get the artwork and everything done, but that will guarantee that I can get this in the comic book for printing. You know, I don't want to be in a position where the whole project is backed up because you didn't submit these things. Okay? Damn it. I need to find a better system here as I keep kicking this thing. And the lights go out. Oh boy. So, if you have back to be drawn into the comic book, you can very simply shoot me a message and say, I would like my character Hold the Line Harry drawn in there, or Fireflash, or I want to put my Uncle Bob's cousin Aunt Dottie in this one. Whatever it is, you can reach out to me and let me know. That would be fine. If not, there's going to be an email blast going out this week with that same information. If you have a spotlight or you opted to add a finisher, please get that content create form in as soon as you can, as we want to keep the ball rolling. All the production here for this wonderful project will be done right here in the United States. So when we have things done, we can have a very quick turnaround time. It'll be really fantastic. Whoop whoop is right.
All right. I got that wheel ready for you, Boost.
All right. Should we do some drama here or should we just spin away? Look what we got. We got Evil Ed, Ron Rumble, everyone's enemy. The host of the Outlaw Mudcast was Michael Kirk, strongest man in the LFF, the Titan, the New York Phenom, and the wise man to Jason, Mr. Jason Foster.
Before you spin, Brian, check the chat.
Chat is being checked. Tim should be on there. Boss.
The Flame Fighter should definitely be on that. Did I not send that to you?
No, you did not. No, you did not. I will add him right now.
Let me confirm. But I know without certainty, yes, because I did them all. I remember at some points I was confusing myself. I was going between real names and shoot names.
Yeah.
All right. So before we spin this, do you know the number of people that backed it? Let's just double check it.
Yeah.
I have Ron, Evil Ed, Meta, HR. Okay. If only I could do that, Colby. If only.
Tim should 100%.
I just added him.
Yep.
He's on there.
Look, if he said that, I know.
12 names on
the
there.
list. Here we go.
I got 12 names, Steve. Correct?
Just you spit. Maybe yeah.
I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is correct.
All
12
right.
names.
That should be good then. We don't even have to spin. I can just pick.
All right. I'm going to spin it.
All right. Well,
Hold on.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Are we going to go the last one standing or the first one picked?
Steve.
No, I just want to verify one thing.
Okay.
Is HR in the chat by any chance?
I have not seen HR. No. Right? It's crazy to see Meta. Yeah.
Meta's finish card looks really awesome. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I was able to check that. No problem. Just one. No problem. Yep. We are ready to go.
All right.
Do you want to do last person standing? How long has this been?
It'll be like 5 seconds, 10 seconds at most.
Okay. Last person standing.
Last competitor standing to get on the Alt Art Champion of Kickstarter, aka the Tryhard of the Tri-State.
Golly, Schmidt.
I
Swinging
can't-
a Schmidt.
It is what it is. First one gone is.
Who's gonna be real mad? Jason
Up.
Poisson will be real mad.
Oh,
Basin.
Jason
The
Poisson. Sorry,
wise
brother.
Not getting this.
Next one to be taken out is Tim White.
They're fine fighter.
The fire has been put out.
Try Shart. Yes, Yasmin. Next one off. Chris Tapley.
The funniest misspelling of the day.
Yep. Chris Tapley.
Did I put Price
He's going to
Tapley?
be back 3 spins.
Yep.
Keezy McKeezy.
Easy. I mean, he needed a chance to get eliminated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. HR is going to have an issue with this. You're not going to hear the end of it.
Here comes the paperwork. Slade.
Oh,
Evil
there's
Ed.
no cheese. No cheese in this champion of Kickstarter.
Oh, God.
No, 3 Faces of Titan.
He's got a broken character anyway.
Mhm.
What?
Oh my God, that was close. Ron, I'm so sorry, brother.
Reroll it all if Meta wins.
3 left. Meta, everyone's enemy, or the host of Outlaw Mudcast, Mr. Michael Kirk. And I am sorry,
And
Meta.
Meta is 100% gone. Who
All
will
right.
get it? Everybody's enemy. Or
Time out.
the
Time out.
host-
Time out. Time out. Time out.
Oh,
Time out.
okay.
Whoever it lands on is the loser, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Now you may talk. You're
All right.
fish.
Oh.
It's so
And-
close.
Oh.
Congratulations,
Your
Michael.
winner, the host of the Outlaw Mudcast,
Congrats,
will
Mike.
be forever on a champion of Kickstarter. Congratulations there. Well earned.
Congrats.
Michael Kirk. Michael Kirk is going to take entirely too long to figure out which character he wants to put on it.
He's gonna put the bear on it.
Yeah, he
That
should
would be
put
fa- that would
he
be
should put
awesome.
Ursus. Ursus should be holding the champion of Kickstarter. Kirk, I know you're
We
in chat
already
right
know
now.
this is gonna happen.
Kirk's in
All
chat
right.
right now. Kirk, put Ursus
Before we
on
get
the
to
belt.
this match, because we don't want to go too crazy long.
No, JAC.
No, God, no, JAC, no, Ursus.
Grand Gathering, virtual style.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a tentative schedule going down. Okay. Everything here is subject to change.
Mhm.
Tentative schedule is Thursday, Boss Rati Beatdown. Friday, the Super Show Cup. Saturday, a Create a Competitor event. And Sunday, we will have a to be announced style tournament based on what people would like. All right. Now, we are going to have for the Calais Cup, your drafting will be based on your purchase of the physical Grand Gathering. They will have priority of picking first. So the draft will be set. If you are planning on going to the Grand Gathering and you want to make sure that you get a pick in earlier than other people, right now there are only 50 or so people signed up. If you want to pick in the top 50, you should sign up for the Grand Gathering as soon as possible. I will say that you're looking at about for all 4 events, including the 6 promo cards for it and the pack that will come with the Boss Roddy Beatdown. Let's imagine about $70 for all 4 events. It'll be the 6 promo cards that we spoiled for the if your power is greater than your opponent's scrapple, draw 3. You'll get the whole set of that. You will get your Boss Roddy Beatdown entries. Plus, we're going to roll out a ton of prizes for these events. One of the events will have a graciously donated Sting Pops the Crowd,
Oh.
a signed spectacle card. So there are going to be a lot of good things here in the event.
Drew asking, what time of days will these be taking place? Night? Question mark.
I do not have the answer. I would assume Thursday and Friday would be nighttime. Saturday and Sunday will probably start during the afternoon.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. That would be my expert opinion on this.
Just to go a little, you got to assume that we're going to be starting sometime between noon and 1 for a CAC.
Yeah.
The Boss Roddy is going to be the normal time that we have.
Yeah.
So that's 7:30 Eastern.
Yeah, and again, some of these events are going to have caps, right?
Right.
I think that you're looking at 64 people caps on some of the events. So stay tuned. I'm sure we'll get General Manager John Clace here. I wanted to give you a tentative schedule. Okay. We want it to be also a good value for everybody. I feel right now where we're at with your pack, your 6 promos, and your pricing, it is a very good value, especially with those cards. But we're gonna make sure that it is a very good deal for the whole weekend, and there's a lot of good stuff happening and things not only for sale but given away during that weekend.
Antagonists, it's offline. What's the online? Y'all letting us? Yeah, so most of the online stuff will be on Zoom.
Yes.
All the events will be on Zoom. We'll have it hosted. And yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, if there is something, I also envision pop-up events.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the event for
Ron is saying
after Top Cut and stuff.
Ron is saying that he may run a Sunday Night Rumble if there's time.
Saturday Night Rumble.
Saturday Night Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, after the CAC or in between the CAC, because we know how CACs go. You got to imagine that someone is going to hold a late night Zoom room for
After Dark. Yes.
SRG after dark, because let's face it, that happens every single time we do one of these virtual grand gatherings.
Yep. Rambo. I'm going to talk with the guys at Big Picture about it so we can get that going.
The other big thing to remember is that a lot of these tournaments will be streamed in almost their entirety.
So that Bombada is bringing up a good thing too. Title matches. So as the primary streamer of Super Show, I'm gonna default a lot of the regional and some of the other title matches to be streamed on the other streamers that we do have here on in the community. I can confirm right now that the Veterans title will be in a birdcage Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And the LFF tag team title match will be tag team titles will be defended 8:30 p.m. Saturday night. Those are two matches I can confirm right now.
And as stated a little earlier, we have a World Heavyweight title match this coming Sunday because it got rescheduled, correct?
Oh yeah, with the world title.
Yeah, the world title match.
World title is this Sunday. Yes.
I have to imagine that whoever wins the title is going to find some time to defend it during the virtual gathering. As well.
So, a lot of the titles will be defended. Not the honest truth is we want to try and get them all defended, but if not all of them, Triad a virtual grand gathering, maybe we'll see. But we're gonna get most of the titles defended that weekend. I have opened up, the general managers do know I've opened up all week. So from starting Sunday Night Fights the week before, all week have options to put in title matches. They're all defined. What time and when they can do it during the week. It's all in the order right there. So we will have title matches streamed all week. and at Virtual Grand Gathering as well too. The primary stream will be Virtual Grand Gathering and the top cut of each of the events. So top cut of the CAC, top cut of the Boss Roddy Beatdown, top cut of the Calais Cup. Sunday will be streamed probably by you, because I will not be here in the afternoon.
Late night Sunday stream will most definitely be hosted by myself. So that just means a lot more crazy shenanigans will be happening.
Yep.
And it will be on the SRG main streaming station. So right here. So none of that craziness that I allow on my stream normally.
So
the dates are as follows. Thursday, May 22nd, the Boss Roddy Beatdown. Friday, May 23rd, the Calais Cup. Saturday, May 24th, Virtual Grand Gathering CAC.
Correct.
Sunday, Players' Choice Tournaments, which will be decided probably within the week, maybe next week. Because I know some people wanted a trios, some people wanted a tag, some people... Now you get to... there's going to be some way of voting to see which one you guys want to do.
Yep. Boss, don't show your deck on screen. What the hell?
Well, why do you even have Boss on screen right now, Schmidt?
Well, deck of the week, I wanted to do Titan, his Mayhem deck. I wasn't able to get a hold of that.
Oh.
What happened in our electric cage match earlier?
Oh, I won. But me and
Very
VHS left the shark in the cage. I didn't want to
real
bring it
quick.
up. Yeah.
We're gonna mark for myself for a second, just because I don't have a deck list. My SRG boss deck for tag team. Card number 1, Volley of Strikes. Having 11s in tag team is very, very good, especially when it triggers your gimmick. So I did a lot of things that trigger when I roll strike. Running Takedown and Bob and Weave, just like Robert the Brain Dunn. I'm a big fan of these cards. If you're not playing, a card draw engine, which I don't really have much card draw on this, or a Champion Kickstarter, these are pretty good cards to have, especially in tag team. Kick skill card. Let's get this
More
ready.
11s.
More 11s. Hard 11s is good stuff.
Great in tag.
It is very good in tag. And you know what? I will credit, for me, running these, the GRUMP. Was like, you got to pack these in tag every time. Rejected. Solid card all around.
Yep.
Big body block. One of my favorites. You guys know I hate Rejected. Could probably be derailed for tag team. Tornillo. I like this. This is basically saying next time I roll my gimmick, it's going to be a 12, and then I'll have +1, so you maybe chain a couple turns in a row. I would literally run the same exact deck in singles. Scoop Slam, I still believe, 10 years later, one of in every deck. I do prefer these over the shuffled 3s. I know I'm in the minority there. Pendulum Swing, same thing. Next time I trigger my gimmick on an 8, well, it's going to be +2. Hit them where it hurts. Solid card. I feel a lot of people were underwhelmed by these cards, but they're really, really effective. 3 other leads in play. Your opponent's gimmick is blank, and your maximum hand size +1 for each lead you have in play. Tag team, you could stick one of these in play and just hope it doesn't go anywhere. And it just keeps somebody blank. Gathering the Trash Can, a little press 1 P-Tech. Gathering the Trash Can plus Scoop Slam is a really nice combo. A lot of times people can't stop both early on. Late game, you throw one, they punch the Scoop Slam, then you're gathering Trash Can and you get a card back. Leg Scissor Sleeper Hold. Again, this is a card line that I love. I know other people like different versions of it, but I like being able to put any submission on top of my deck. My submission finisher is very, very strong, but sometimes I just want to put a stop back on top if I'm light on stop. Sometimes I want to put a card that I might be able to grab it. Classic Running Lariat. This one doesn't make sense. I'm not going to lie. Love the card, but you put a cannon kick in or something with some sort of utility here. You don't need the Running Lariat these days. 7 Seals, amazing card. End is near. I guess in the great words of Press 1P, you're gonna learn today, right? Yeah. Having one of these cards that gives you an if stop protection is nice to have in your deck. I typically love Super Kick and Gut Wrench line.
Right.
In general, I do think that they've been forgotten about. But again, being able to top deck any card, not just your finisher, is very, very helpful. I like having those, like especially if my gimmick is on, I feel more comfortable. Also, I'm on these cards, not the super kick version, sadly, but the gut wrench. So that makes me more likely to use it. Thunderous Rib Cracker. Big fan of this line. Stops the unstoppable strikes, which tend to be really, really good. Also forces a random discard. I like having that there. One of my favorite lines here, Skullduggery Potion, folks. If you're an aggressive player, this is a really good card to have. I like having this if my gimmick is on and I know my next turn rolls +1. I'll throw it and shuffle back my strike finisher at the end of the game and hope to get you again. I'm running Over the Shoulder Slam and Kneeling Dragon Sleeper. Again, there's almost no card draw on this deck, so those cards give me some card advantage. High Strike. I love this card in this deck. I didn't realize how much I loved it until I put it back in. But you know, +3 to your next turn roll is always nice. But automatic 11s into more 11s just feels really good when it's working. You know, I know a lot of people like some other stuff, but you know, just this chain of like 11, 11, 11 could really do some damage. Sledgehammer Slam and You've Been Warmed. Flip 3, pick up a card. These cards don't really get a lot of love, but again, I'm super aggressive and they give me nice boosts in my finishers. If you look at my finishers when we get there, I have Sensational Slam, brand new card, +1 to grapple, +1 to all finish rolls. So if I have the Sledgehammer Slam in play, I have a 9, and then all my skills are +1. So 2 9s, all +1s. That's very, very good. It's the Back Claw. Lets you re-roll your finish roll, so some higher end bonuses is always really nice. And then your Golden Gun is really awesome too. So having extra bonuses on your finishers is always nice. It's not the size of the fight in the dog, and face it, you're barking up the wrong tree. ×2, and then Skull Twist. Even if as a tag team deck, I still think I would run something very similar to this. This card actually was one of the reasons we were able to win the game. Very good in tag team. You could stop your partner from getting hit with a finish card and top deck a finish and then bury your hand. No, it's the next card. So those are really, really good stuff. I would say, as it was asked prior, this I would consider pretty janky, but I think very, very effective nonetheless. Folks, if you're rolling hot with the boss and you're hitting the numbers you need to hit consistently, you're in really good shape. The key to my deck in general for the whole event, I would say, is the house always wins. Very good in tag team. Look at what I'm doing here. I have 5 5 7 7 triggers this effect, 8 triggers my gimmick, 10 triggers my gimmick. So only 6s and 9s giggity don't give me any value at the beginning of the game. So with that, you know, you're able to, if I'm rolling hot, my gimmick is live. If I'm rolling poorly, there's a chance I could get this to steal some turns and keep the pressure on. Very good deck in general.
Very good.
Little different from what you normally see, but aggressive stuff does work well if done pretty strategically. All right. We have anything else? We say bye, man, to this and get ready for this matchup here.
Folks, tune in tomorrow for Expanding the Universe.
Yes, I will confirm now that Jax and Kempo Kenny will be on the show tomorrow.
All right. And then tomorrow...
And you also confirm it again at 2 a.m. for Slamilton.
Slamilton, yeah, I'll confirm it with Slamilton at 2 o'clock.
Please don't message us at 2 in the morning.
I'm forwarding all my messages to Chibi.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I want to be able to sleep.
So
Folks,
do I. What are you talking about?
We will be back with you in a few minutes as we get ready for Faction Wars, Captain's Match, and a wheel to decide their fates.
See you guys in a minute.